What's up, everybody, and welcome to the grand reemergence of the Nobody Entertainment Podcast. I know nobody really watches this, but we're glad to be back. We're finally on summer break. We have a chance to get out there and start talking about some stuff that we really don't care. And you know what? I'm going a little bit more unfucking filtered. I don't really care what we say. We're going crazy. We're going nuts, and we're
We're
throwing it
gonna
all
get
out there.
demonetized.
We are going to get demonetized, but you can't take blood from a stone. It's 0 from 0. Welcome back, Nobody John. How are you doing today?
I'm doing I'm doing all right. I was about to say fantastic, then I thought of work and I was like, never mind. Never
He
mind.
dropped it down a peg. And back with us, if you recall, we have nobody, Kayla. Kayla, how are you doing today?
Just fine.
Just
Just
fine.
fine.
So we have fantastic to good, and we have whatever. Kayla started a
Yeah.
new job. I've got nothing different. I started school. That's why we took the break, but we are
Yep.
finally back. Um, I don't have anything too crazy, but I do want to start off with just how we started off back in the day. We just went through the rigmarole and we said like, "Hey, what's exciting and entertaining in your life?" And I had a little bit of a interesting story. Maybe it's interesting. I don't know. But you know, Walmart Plus. Have you heard of Walmart Plus or Walmart whatever? You guys know like you okay because of
Are
COVID,
you paying for it?
you do pay for it. Spoilers, you do pay for it. But with Walmart Plus, apparently they give you a 30-day free trial, right? So COVID made it so you could just go there and pick shit up. You like pull up, you park, and then they bring stuff out to your car, right? You've pre-put in your order. Do you guys do that at all?
No.
We used to during COVID.
So now you're just like the old people. You just go in, walk around, and put stuff in your cart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to act like this is a good value. All right, it's not. Don't invest in Walmart Plus, okay, or whatever it's called, right? So I got this opportunity to buy a PlayStation 5, but you had to be a subscriber to the Walmart Plus, right? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, James, you already have a PlayStation 5. Why do you need another one? That's a good point. I don't, but I'm an idiot. And since they're limited and hard to get, I want another one. For my upstairs, right? We have the basement. That's where I'm at, living life, right? So I decided to sign up. I'm going to give it a shot, 30-day free trial. Not only do you get a possibility to buy a PlayStation, but you also get free delivery on the Walmart Plus app. So you can put your order in and then they bring it to you, right? That's pretty impressive, right? You also get I'm not okay, let me back up a bit. This is not an endorsement, all right? Do not buy this program. It's a waste of money. Okay? Don't do it. All right?
Can we ask questions now or later?
Absolutely. You chime in. You chime in.
So you said you wanted a second PS5 because they were hard to get. So you took it away from someone who wanted one, who doesn't have one. So you could just have it because it's rare.
Yes, rare and fuck that person. They don't deserve one. If they can't get it, then they don't get it. Survival of the
Capitalist
fittest, right?
swine right here. Capitalist
Yeah.
swine.
Wow. You
I
just bought
don't.
it because you could, and
I
you didn't even
okay.
need it.
To be clear, I didn't get one. I was late to the party,
Oh,
so I'm one of
okay.
those losers that doesn't have a second PS5.
That elite status of two
Okay.
PS5s.
That's right. That's right. So I'm stuck here with my Xbox Series S and my PS5 and my PC and my Mortal Kombat 2 One Up Plus cabinet or whatever it's called.
Humble brag, got it.
Yeah, but you also get 10 cents off a gallon of gas. So I was like, you know what? That's positive. I'll do that. Right. So I talked to my wife and she's like, hey, go for it. Okay, cool. So she puts her order in. And then at the end, it says, do you want to tip? Right. First of all, that's something I didn't even consider. Right. So
Because they're
someone said,
delivering.
Of
the
course.
the
not.
delivery, right? They're delivering. So we tip, right? We tip $15. I think that's
What?
fair. I know my wife, she cray. But
I would have been like, fuck no.
Well, what was the total amount?
I don't know, 150 or so. It's the thing is she was confused about it too. She was like, I don't know if I should tip 20% or if I should just do
Nope.
like a delivery, like a for me, I think a tipping is a right thing to do, but maybe like a $5, like, hey, you tipped, or I'm sorry, you drove. Now, to be clear, I want to be very
I want
clear.
to leave the tip after they deliver. How was the full experience? Just like when you're going out to eat, if the guy, like if I'm like, I'm old and decrepit, would you bring it into my living room? And the guy comes in and actually unloads my groceries and puts it in the refrigerator and shit.
And puts it in your wife.
Tip, and she gets a tip too.
See?
So if your order was like 150, she only tipped like 15% anyways.
10%.
Yeah, that's fair, right?
Right.
For what? Did you just drop it on your
John,
porch?
John, I have a question for you. If
What's
you
up?
call like a restaurant to do pickup and you go get it, do you not tip them?
Are
That's
they
a good
bringing it out to
question.
my car?
Yes.
They get $2.
I agree with John here, I
But
think.
but what if you go inside and do you tip
And
them if you go?
I'm a needy bitch, so I'm needing refills. I need that glass to be full. I need beer. I need you to anticipate, clear the plates. Then you're getting a good tip. You're getting a tip because you're
What
doing
plate
work.
are you clearing?
No, yeah, you're
Yeah,
picking up like prepackaged food and you're
He
taking it
eats it in front of him. He's
and then they clear the
now
plate. They
wash
take the plate
this.
off the table. Not
I don't think
clean,
you understand
clear.
what delivery is, John.
away. I
No,
don't.
no, we're talking about
I
at
think
the
I'm.
restaurant.
I see. I
But you're
see.
not eating at the restaurant. Like you're going to do a pickup. You walk into the restaurant, you pick it up, and you leave. Do you tip?
Hold on one second. Are they offering me to have a drink or a cocktail while I'm waiting for my food to be brought out to me?
No.
$2. Maybe. $2.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. I understand in the sense that they're walking to your car, and with that being said, I live exactly 1 mile away from
They
the
walk the
the
whole fucking mile with your
they
food?
no, they don't
Tip
walk the
that
mile. I
bitch!
I think they drive. Now, here's where it gets interesting. My wife, she accidentally put in the order for the wrong Walmart. So it's the one all the way on the other side of town, which is like 15 miles away. That's problem number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Problem number 2, they deliver, but they don't deliver the frozen stuff. So they say, "Hey, that's going to come later." All right? So does that make sense to you?
No.
No.
Why
What
later?
what does that tell you? To me it tells
That
me,
means
"Oh,
that
they
they don't have the
forgot my shit."
logistics. No, they don't
Or
have the
they have like a
logistics.
Do they
And
have
they
like a
don't have the
freezer truck?
trucks. Yeah, they don't have like the trucks
Right.
aren't set up. So that's logistics as well. That's on them.
I don't know. We didn't get it. Okay. We didn't get the freezer stuff. So we got 2/3 of our order. Right. So then we call and they're like, "Hey, it's the west side." And I say, "Oh, this is the wrong location. Sorry." And I'll call back later. We call back later. "Oh, no, it's the west side. And you ordered from the wrong one." Okay, that's fine. We'll be delivering your freezer stuff a little later, but we'll give you a call back. They don't call back that night. All right. Next morning, I get up. My wife's like, "I don't know what's going on." I go, "Well, my thought is I'm at work. They're going to bring it. And where are they going to leave it? On the doorstep." So
Mm-hmm.
now you have all this ice cream and frozen waffles and whatever you put in the freezer sitting on a doorstep. What's it going to be when you get home? Bad. It's going to be thawed out. It's going to be trash, right? So what I say is I'm going to call them. I don't want to wait and find out what happens. I call them up and I say, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Wait a second, we didn't deliver that. That's weird." So what we did is we actually put all your stuff back. That's not what was supposed to happen. All right, so we don't get our order. All right, so can I get my refund for the items I didn't get? No, I'm sorry, we can't do that. Here's a phone number. You need to call and talk to them.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I give them a call. Go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead. I got.
I
Mm-hmm.
I call and talk to somebody that does not. I'm maybe they do, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but they don't seem to be American. They seem to be, of a different culture,
So they're
different
from
language,
Alabama.
maybe, or Kentucky, maybe
Ooh.
Kansas or Arkansas.
Did they
It's
sound like they have
it's
shoes on?
I don't. Do people in Kansas wear
Yeah,
shoes?
but it's. I mean, Kentucky is kind of like shoes
What? We can't afford shoes in
optional.
Kentucky. Sun's out, toes out. I don't know. But anyway, so I talked to this gentleman and he says, "You know what? We're going to give you a refund for your items." And then I have to go through the whole order line by line. I didn't know what my wife bought, or I'm sorry, received. So I gave him a big list of all the stuff that would be refrigerated because I didn't know. So they did issue me a refund for all the items, but it took about a 30-minute process total to say, "I want this and this and this," and they issued it all back. And then I said, "We tipped $15 for this service that didn't, you know, didn't fulfill. So can I get my $15 back?" To which they said, "No, we can't refund your $15, but we can give you a $10 in-store credit," which is just silly. I went on immediately after this call. I said, "Okay, whatever. I'm not going to fight the fight," because I did get like an extra $20 off because of all the other stuff that turned out we did receive that wasn't intentional. I just wasn't going to have my wife call back and say, "Hey, can I get this other stuff?" Right?
Gotcha.
So they gave me a $10 in-store credit, and we are where we're at. I went on right after, and I was like, nope, cancel, not doing it anymore. So that's my life.
Gotcha. Haven't done that. I've done the Instacart through Aldi, which is great value. One time, the guy didn't deliver a head of cabbage, and I'm pretty sure it was just rolling around in the back of his car, and they
What
just
is
gave me
Instacart?
Instacart's another one of those shopping things, but I think it's like store agnostic. It but Aldi uses them, so I use them if I need to go to Aldi, come home, cook dinner, but I don't have time to go to Aldi to pick up my shit.
So do they go around and like shop for you
Yeah,
and then bring it to you? So it's like Uber Eats but for groceries.
yeah, yeah. And it's a pretty good deal. But I had a bad experience with Walmart too. I heard about this Pepsi Nitro, and I was like,
Went to
oh,
buy it, boom, pregnant.
no, not yet. But anyhow, so I pre-ordered it because I thought this is gonna be an exclusive hot commodity item. I'll pick that up. Oh, you gotta have like X amount of dollars for free shipping. I was like, that's cool. I'll just order some beef jerky. No big deal, right? Beef jerky shows up like 2 days later. Why didn't they just ship it with the Pepsi? Why didn't that happen? It goes by. The release date for the Pepsi goes by. Kayla over here is drinking that shit. I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. I pre-ordered a product, bought
Put it
something
on the
else.
shelf.
Yeah, I was like, fucking cancel this shit. Went and bought 2 cans instead of a whole case, and it wasn't that great. But anyhow,
So you're pre-ordering Pepsi before the street date? Is that
yep,
where we're at in
yeah,
life? Like
that's
all
where I
this new
was. I was
it's
like,
like that scene from Next Friday when he's like, she knows about all the new Hostess snacks before they hit the street. Little Debbie got this bad bitch coming out. It's
that's
supposed
what
to be the shit.
I mean. I just figured that if I pre-ordered it, I would be able to get it on the come out date, and they would have just like packaged everything together. I don't know why they sent the beef jerky beforehand. It was one order. I didn't see an option like, how Amazon's like, you list boxes, we'll give you $1 credit on videos. I'm like, sure, thanks, because I mean, it's not I don't need it now. If I need it now, I'll go out and get it. But anyhow,
I definitely get that. I don't know. The thing is, like I said, with the whole Walmart situation,
they
I
wasting
was
money.
looking. It was stupid. It was a bad waste of money. But it was like special deals on certain items, and then you can also do the Amazon store kind of idea. You can go in and scan your items, and then you can just go up. I guess you do still have to go out to the self checkout lanes, right? And then you just scan the one barcode, and then you just walk out the door.
I'm old. I go through. I make somebody check me out.
But they only have two. Okay,
Yeah,
now
they
you're
only have two. No,
Now
yeah.
you're just getting into what grinds my gears because it drives me insane that I have to work at all of these locations. And I did go to an Aldi for the first time in like 10 years.
All you have to do is
And
bag your own shit.
how many people work at an Aldi? By my count, one.
Nah, there's like 3 or 4,
5, probably.
probably
Yeah, but
5.
what are the four doing? Cigarette breaks? There's one lady sitting at a little till,
It
and
is
you're
a
like
it
standing in
is
a
a German one.
40-person
Well,
line,
maybe that's how they do it up there, but
and
like
she's a German woman.
that's why she's smoking. Uh,
Yeah.
in our area, if the lines get too big, a manager will come out of that office, and then maybe somebody else will get called up, and they'll open up the other lines. But they're always like go through really quick. I haven't had any issues,
Not in
so
my experience. I had to stop by and buy a carton of eggs. Next thing you know, I was standing in line for 20 minutes. I was like, I could have just gone to Walmart four
was it the
times.
Mennonites? The Mennonites show up. They buy
No,
all the
they weren't.
bread. No,
They w-
serious.
they
They
weren't
buy
there at
all the
that time. Can you
bread.
take your horse into an Aldi's if it's a
No, no,
support?
no. That's the Amish. They're not talking Mennonites. They got
Oh,
like a
okay.
big truck and they buy all the bread, and then
No,
there's
but
no bread.
seriously, if you have a support animal and it's a horse, can you take it into an Aldi? Like you could take a dog into anywhere if it's a support animal, right? I guess no one has anything to
Yeah, I
fall
don't
back
know.
on.
I don't know about that one.
You just ride it around, have your little wagon on the back of it. I don't know. Anyway, nobody, Kayla. How's life treating you these days?
Got a new job.
That's pretty good. And you're 2 days in now, right? Three days in
Three.
now.
3 days.
You're basically, I don't know,
Woo.
like what do you got tenure already?
It is weird working with like 300 plus people on Slack. I've never had that experience in my
Is
life.
it annoying? Is it very chatty in there?
There's like channels that have everyone in them, and they'll send like my very first day there was like a post about a turtle that had showed up at the Massachusetts location. They were like chatting about this turtle, and I was like, this is why I left the corporate world. I don't want to hear
I
about.
want you to, yeah, I disable. We have channels. We use Teams at my job, and I disabled everything. And I have rules in my email that if an email comes from a specific person, it goes straight to fucking trash. Because I don't want to deal with that shit. They have nothing productive or that pertains to my job. They're like, it's this person's birthday. I was like,
Yep. I
cool.
do.
Do I get
I
like a
do have
voucher for
a.
Brahms?
I have a Walmart story. We want to keep the Walmart train
Let's
going.
keep the
Keep
Walmart
it alive.
train going.
And keep it alive.
Okay. So I take like a big reusable bag into Walmart with me, and I just fill it. They don't ever have the stupid baskets anymore. You have to get the shopping cart. I don't want the shopping cart. Anyways, so I have my bag and I'm putting stuff in there, and then I get to and I went for beef. Like Tony was like, "Go get beef."
Her
Okay,
husband, Tony. The nobodies that are watching.
yeah. And so I go to the beef area, and it's kind of slim pickings. But then there's just like blood everywhere, and there's just like this smell, and I'm like, So I kind of like dig through the the
Where was
beef.
this blood? Are we talking on the floor, on the
No, it was
container?
like on the bottom shelf, you know.
Yeah,
Even
a
better.
leaky
Anyways, so
bag.
I'm smelling it. I think it's just the blood at this time. I think it's just the blood that's sitting there. It's probably been there all day. So I like reach in there. I find one because some of them have blood on them, but this one's clean. It's good. But I can't really smell it or what is.
But hey,
Anyway, so
She's licking it.
footnote, she has bad smeller.
I have a deviated septum, so I only have like I don't know like 40% of what everybody else can smell. But so I put it in the meat bag, and then I put it in my bag, and then I walk up to the counter, the checkout, and there's people in front of me, there's people behind me, and I pull it out to put it on the conveyor belt, and this is like a
Bag
waft
full of
of
blood.
rotten beef just permeates, and then I'm like, I verbally go, "Oh my god!" And then the people in front of me start like gagging, and then the cashier starts. And
So she shut the store down. The store down. They had to come in the hazmat suits and decontaminate the entire conveyor.
and then the people behind me leave. They go to a different different checkout, and then the manager runs over, and the cashier's like, she's gagging, and she's throwing it in like 10 Walmart bags.
Why is she
We're trying
selling
to
it to
They're
you?
still gonna sell it to you?
no, she's like trying to get the smell away because she didn't know what to do with it. And I went in with my reusable bag, so I wouldn't use plastic bags, but they use like 15 plastic bags on this rotten beef. And then the manager runs over and he grabs it like a football and he just takes off. And then another person comes over.
He launches it.
Another person comes over with like Febreze, and they're like, "Is anyone allergic to Febreze?" And then so it was like a whole thing.
What the hell?
And that was the day Walmart lost 20% in the stock market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cashier goes, "Do you want to go get some more beef?" I said, "Absolutely not." So I just go home. I just am dazed, you know.
Husband doesn't get dinner.
Yeah, he's like, "Where's the beef?" And I was like, "I don't want to talk about it."
You don't want the beef. I
He
haven't had
come-
anything that bad. I've had a can of sardines that like
Oh.
yeah, I removed one and it was stuck and I was like that's weird. So I pry them apart. Not a good idea. The can underneath had been leaking. And so as soon as
Ew.
I pried them apart, there's just wafting fishy fish smell.
It's probably been on that shelf for 20 years.
Who
No,
eats
the sardines go quick, man. It's weird. The sardines
No,
go
no.
quick.
Who buys canned sardines?
John.
You like okay, hold on. So I'm sorry. Okay, so there's a lot going on in my life.
Spike will eat them and then I eat them.
You eat them with your cat. You're
Yes.
like, picnic
So you
time.
guys, so you
Cut 'em
sit,
up for
yeah.
her.
You go out on the porch swing and you share a little treat, a little afternoon treat. You just
Well, I
one
like to
for
heat
me.
them up. I like to heat
One
them
for
up.
you.
So.
That's
And I mix them
really
with pasta. They're good.
Just-
They're good.
Our sardines are whole, right? Like they have the scales and stuff.
Well, they don't have a head on them or the fins, but
They're
yes.
just- Oh, they have
I don't-
bones.
Yeah, but they're like soft bones.
You're just swallowing scales and bones.
Well, no, I'm not like a seal. Go go go. Come on.
He's oh, oh.
I
And
beg
his
you,
his wife's throwing him in the air. That's
Good
the way to
boy.
do it right there. That is the way to do it. Well,
Disgusting.
Yeah, so life's been interesting coming off of sorry, I cracked another one. So coming off of coming off of COVID, coming off of the school. I started school. That's why I've been on my little break, my little hiatus. I eventually I told John, I was like, man, I just don't have the mental fortitude to do a full-time job, full-time family, full-time school, and balance a YouTube podcast or whatever the case is. And entertainment took a huge backseat for me. But the reason I wanted to get back into the swing of things and start interacting is number one, it's kind of it's weird, right? You get into doing everything all the time. As soon as one of those pieces of the puzzle kind of falls away, I feel lost. I'm like, I need something to plug up that time and get me active because I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I feel like I'm losing it. So I get a little lost. That's why I was like, you know what? Let's get back into recording. We were on a bike ride. John came up. John and Tony, Kayla's husband, came up. We did a bike ride. We had a conversation. We said, hey, do we want to renew this channel? I said, let's not let it die. Let's get back in and record. I'm on summer break. Let's start making it happen. And then over this last week or so, I was just like, I need something. I'm starting to lose it. I'm starting to get depressed.
I'm already there, so
Now, full disclosure,
it's like how I
Kayla,
like how we can't hear
you're
anymore.
muted.
Now
Yeah, you're
she's
back.
Oh
What
my
were you
gosh.
saying?
I
We're
was
keeping
asking
warts and all.
if
We're keeping it.
is this podcast gonna be your reason why you're gonna stay with us?
I'm not killing myself. This is unfiltered. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, the reason I'm not going to kill myself is because I can talk to you guys. As soon as you're like, hey, I can't do it, I'm like,
I was gonna. Well, it was more like the viewership. Like, I have some bad news for you.
no. That's exactly what it is. Subscribe, like, and share, or I'm going to
Right.
kill myself.
Well, you can't say that, James.
I can say whatever I want. It's
You might cut
unfiltered.
it out.
What are we going to do? John's gone into all kinds of things I've had to edit out. I can say things like that. But no, this is definitely, like I said, this is definitely just to keep the juices flowing, to keep myself moving, right? To keep myself entertained because school took up a big chunk of time, and I'll be starting that back in whenever school starts, September. I'm clearly not college aged. I'm a post-traditional student, non-trad.
I want you to know, James, that Kayla is bored because we can see her flip through stuff on her screens because it's brightening and closing out, brightening and closing out.
I like to think she's getting.
She's like
text
Googling right
messages.
now.
Oh yeah.
Suicide prevention hotlines, Wisconsin.
What
She
to
said,
do
yeah,
when my friend's gonna unalive himself?
Unalive
yeah.
himself.
Yeah, it's not attempting suicide or committing suicide.
It's just a late term
completing.
abortion.
It's completing
I
suicide.
I told you guys I was gonna work.
Why?
Oh, you're
What are you working
working.
on?
My brochure that I'm working on. It's not a
Brochure?
It's a pamphlet. It's 28 pages.
For what?
Uh,
A job? A
Oh,
new
okay.
job?
This is how they get you. You get the new job. They don't keep you 9 to
Are you
5.
working right now?
I had another hour left in my day, and you guys were like, "Let's record," and I was like,
How?
"Oh,
What
is-
time did you start work?
It is 8:20, Kayla.
PM.
If I put this away, I'm gonna pick up the Toad, my magazine, and start
No,
working on
no,
that.
and then we're playing games after this. I don't want you
Are
to do
we
any of
playing
that shit. It's what
Game days
the text
usually
message said.
Tuesdays, and it's Wednesday.
Who writes that? Huh?
The Toad.
No. The day list
Look
for
at
what
Look
games
how
are.
beautiful they are.
You
John's
could
never
talk
even-
amongst yourselves. I'm just showing them off.
John's
know.
never even picked one.
Don't even know what it feels
So
like.
so this okay, so just again, this is for all the people that don't watch. This is this is the Toad. This is Kayla, what do you
Toad.
do with this?
I am the publication designer and art director.
All right. And
peddler?
So do I blame
And
you?
everything else.
I save these. I love these. Why do I blame you with this mess? What is this? Can you see that?
That is a different size.
Yeah, who does that? Do you know what that does to my OCD? I want to throw them all in the trash.
I know. I have them up there. And I put them up there, and I was like, "Oh, one's a little bit taller, one's a little fatter."
Okay, just to be clear. Now, yes, one's a little fatter. That's fine. It's just an extended issue. No,
It was
okay.
my printer.
Never mind. I lined them up, and there is in fact only one that sticks out. Okay, I thought they were all different.
Is it the second one?
It is the third.
Oh.
Yep. Number 3 decided it needed a little bit more attention.
It
Worst
might be
issue.
because that one had a fold out.
Worst. Oh, you are probably there is a fold. Let's see. Let's check it out. Can I show it?
Yeah, but why
Yeah.
would you change the whole magazine? Why don't you just change the
It
fold
might have.
out?
I didn't change the size. I think like it was
That's
something
the
to do when they printed it.
that's the problem. Oh, I don't. There's nothing to show. I thought it was going to be one. There's another fold out one, isn't there?
Just that one.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. I withdraw my argument, but that does make sense. I don't know that I approve, but hey, you know what? You're more
I know.
talented than John and I combined, so we'll take it.
It's true.
You know what I did? You know what my creative juices allow? I built
Don't
that.
say juices.
Don't say juices. That's your
He's
key.
been saying
That's
juices.
racist. That's racist.
Not JEW.
Oh yeah, you can't even say it. You just-
We're not.
We're not what?
She said Nazis. It edited itself out.
Neither am I. Look at this. Look at this thing.
No, my wife bought me. She bought me the Lego Batman cowl over here because I'm a big Batman fan. And then I saw this at Walmart, and then they delivered it.
So you.
So she set
together?
me up.
Put together.
No. I had to build it. That was my
Oh,
creative
okay.
juices. I'm lucky that it came out
You
as
Yep,
JEW.
see, he did it. He did it again.
All right. Well, that's enough of like our lives, I guess. Let's jump into what's been entertaining us. We're going to keep kind of the same flow, right? I have a couple of things I could go into, but Caleb, we're going to let you think about it for a second because this is a segment that you haven't participated, but with one. But you got to think about like movies, music, games, whatever. Don't talk about Lord of the Rings, Shadow of War, or Mordor. Whatever, which John still hasn't beat. Don't talk about that.
I didn't
okay?
play it. I
Kayla,
mean, I
you
played
also can't talk about cats, and you can't talk about vehicles, cars.
Well,
it. That's me.
my first. So I was gonna just be like, oh, I'm watching Peaky Blinders, but I guess I'll talk about cats.
No,
No, you can
don't.
talk about. You can
don't
talk about
talk
Peaky
about
Blinders because I ain't watching it. So.
Speaking real quick of our channel, John, I got on today. I was combing through our views. Have you seen our viewership at all?
No.
Do you know what our most watched video by an absolute landslide is?
It's the one where I customized the Fiat.
Yeah, our best viewership was 20.
20
until
views?
that video, 246 views on that video. I think it's because you had someone getting
Nice.
ran over by your car.
And then well, no, it has stuff that other people are interested in.
No
And
one gives
then
a shit about your car.
I poorly did the editing on that and the video taking, but it is hilarious because I was working on her car and then I dropped that thing and her dad's just like, "Oopsie," and I was just like, "Motherfucker."
Well, I will say this. I was ecstatic to see that we had a video with viewership over 100, let alone 200, because I set my daughter up with a YouTube channel today. We have comments turned on. She can't show her face. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. But if you want to subscribe, Teal Space Wolf, it's where it's at.
Teal Space Wolf.
She has a whole one video up, and it's great. It's very cute. It's very fun to watch. But Kayla, I'm sorry to have cut you off. I was just impressed. She went back to work. She said, "All right."
Yeah.
This is her transition. She's like,
So I'll start off. I've been watching Baki Hama. It's an anime about fighting on Netflix. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think it just needs to be.
Hold on.
It
Hold
needs
on.
to be what? I'm just.
What is Baki Gawamama?
Baki Hama?
You can't just say you. Okay.
It's a
I'm
mixed
Googling.
martial arts Netflix original anime series.
You have
that's
to
literally just
explain
about
what it
fighting.
is. You have to say your opinion
There
on
is
it. Don't
a
just get to say
kid
what it
who is
is.
17 who beat everybody in Japan or whatever.
Oh my god.
He is the ultimate fighter. His dad
such a
is a
John
piece of
show.
shit, and he is the world's strongest man. And so it goes by like it starts off with 5 death row convicts all around the world at the same time escape out of jail to go to Tokyo, Japan to go fight him. They don't have any communication with anybody. It's just like this thing that happens, and so he has to go fight. Anyhow,
This is
it's
animated.
not that great of a show. I did burn through it. That's
It's
my
animated?
bad. Yeah, it's animated.
How many
It
episodes?
looks awful.
30. It's not a good one. I'll be honest with you. It's not good at all.
It's
Why are
it's
you watching?
it's over. He's done. He's
I'm
finished.
done. I burned. I did it. I did
But
it. So
All
I'm
right,
starting to
he's
go.
done.
So anyway, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wish it was just a sad, depressing, and then also goes into some more heroic stuff. The fact that they added, spoiler alerts, by the way,
Hold on.
Prince.
Full spoilers, because I'm gonna go into this. I have not watched the most recent episode.
I watched it this morning at 5:30 a.m. So
I'm gonna go. Kayla, do you care about spoilers on this thing?
So hey, this
Mm,
you should have watched it. But
Do
hey,
you care?
James,
Okay, hold on. Do you
you
care
guys
about
watched
spoilers?
it without me.
Do you guys care about spoilers up through episode 3?
Stranger Things, you
It's
watched it
fine.
without me.
She said it's
So
fine.
what?
All right, here we go.
We never watched Stranger Things together, but we always watched The Mandalorian.
Yeah, we did.
The Boba Fett together.
How do you think I started watching Stranger Things?
Here we go. I gotta limber up because we're gonna go into Obi-Wan. You ready?
That's
Here we
what
go.
I
Go for it.
Hold on. This last episode, James, does have some redeeming qualities about it, though.
That's
It
good.
gets-
Only
it
took
gets
5
dark-
episodes to get there.
Exactly. So no, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I feel like they put Leia in there because they want like some cutesy, Baby Yoda kind of feel to it, but then more like empowering this young. And they also want to redeem the not the prequels, but the sequels to the original
Let me
3.
stop you right there.
I don't like Leia
Obi-Wan.
in there whatsoever.
Everyone knows what Obi-Wan is. All right, Obi-Wan is a show that is streaming on Disney Plus. Right, it's been released over the last 5 weeks. We're on episode 5 now. Right, it is
Yep.
Was it week by week or did they release the first 2?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Either
5
way.
episodes deep.
We're 5 episodes deep. This is a direct sequel, essentially, to the prequel trilogy of the Star Wars saga. So we're talking the Anakin Skywalker saga up till he becomes Darth Vader. Uncle whatever takes Luke. Senator whatever takes Leia. Obi-Wan goes to protect Luke, and it's 10 years later, right? 8 years? 10 years? 10 years. It doesn't matter.
It's not 10.
The show is fucking stupid. Go on.
It's not 10.
That's a spoiler. Don't watch it.
No, it's if you my opinion on the matter
Go on.
is I am dead set against the whole concept of Star Wars is great because look, I know that character. Star Wars is great because look, I know that action, right? Oh, cool, he has a lightsaber. Oh, cool, there's Luke. Oh, cool, there's I don't know, Yoda. Oh, cool, there's an AT-AT, right? I got through half of this first season of Mandalorian, and I bowed out. I'm done. I guess I should give a little bit of a precursor, right? A little bit of a precursor. I'm a huge fan of the
he likes
original.
rich, white, old people, which is why he's a
You didn't
fan
watch
of
The
Batman.
Mandalorian?
Yeah, he's not.
I
good
bowed
stuff.
out. It sucks.
Well-
I hear season 2 is better. Season 1 is trash. Trash.
It's not trash. It's good.
It is not trash.
It's trash. Okay, a huge fan of the original trilogy as a child, because 99 episode 1, huge fan of episode 1 when I was a kid, and episode 2 was the definition of one of the worst movies I've ever watched in my life. And that's not an exaggeration. It's trash. Episode 3, fun, exciting, horrible CG. Now looking back on it today, they're bad movies. There's a whole change in the world of like, oh, these are not that bad. Oh, these are great. What did the new sequel or the new trilogy do? The new trilogy sucked too. It's taking that foundation of what was great and then trying to expand upon it while keeping everything you knew and making you excited about what hasn't changed. There's no growth. There's nothing. It is garbage. It is superfluous.
Well, did you like Rogue One?
No, it's
Rogue
boring.
One was a great movie. Rogue One was a great
It's a
movie.
rehash of the same thing we already saw. The only redeeming quality in the entire movie is the Darth Vader scene because it showed him as the badass that he actually is.
You're
and if
going to get that in episode 5 of Obi-Wan.
If that 40-second clip makes a movie great to you,
It's not, though.
in that movie that is the case.
No.
in my opinion.
In your opinion, I appreciate you adding that at the end.
I,
No.
I want to be clear. This is my opinion. The people that love it, I don't think they're stupid. It's fine, to each their own. But
Mm.
it's not good. I'm tired of rehashing. I want to see a Star Wars story that is good, that is outside of what we know. Give me a character that I care about that wasn't there from day one.
The Mandalorian.
But
Yeah.
then they sprinkle in everything you already know. Here's
I
Luke
don't feel
again.
like
Spoilers. Here's Luke again. Here's a CGI Luke.
I feel
What?
like with the Mandalorian though, it's like a nod towards those characters, but it
Yeah.
has its own new storyline.
Yeah, because in the original 3, the prequel 3, and the sequel 3, where are the Mandalorians? I know you're not a big fan of the anime, James, but their planet got fucking destroyed, bombarded, genocide by the Empire. Because Sidious, the Emperor, saw them as a threat to the Empire and wiped them all out.
Sure.
So we're gonna pick that up in the new episode where the Mandalorian has to go redeem himself because he removed his helmet. Is he's gonna have to go back to Mandalore to bathe in some cave's waters or whatever to regain his pride.
And
But
further tie it into the original trilogy to make everyone.
no
enjoy it.
original trilogy. Just a planet that's referenced in the
Yeah, it expands on what we kind of knew what happened, but then we get to see new things happen.
What I did, right, is I started watching Obi-Wan, right? Okay.
Well, you're a
so
fan of Batman. How many times are they gonna redo the Batman
I
story?
completely agree.
Spider-Man.
And you know what? Hey, we'll touch on that real quick. We'll touch on
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna
for
touch
just 1
something.
second.
Is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be
He
more than a
starts-
second though. God
He just
damn it.
starts loving himself, playing that song by Haley Steinfeld. I don't need nobody. I'm gonna love
Miley
myself. Anyway,
Cyrus.
we'll touch on Batman for a second because I've been thinking about that. They had the new Batman, the Batman that came out. And the more and more I think about it,
I didn't.
I
like
don't
it.
I don't love it. Like
I didn't
there's
like it at all.
I think we're officially like teetering into the world of there's more bad Batman than good Batman. And
The Dark Knight I thought
hey,
was good.
I think yeah, and we can go into like a ranking of Batman conversation at some point. We won't do that right now, but I'm a uber fan of Batman. I am a diehard Batman fan, but I recognize that there is as much bad as good. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a huge Star Wars fan, which I was, but now we have, for me, enveloped far and vast, like majority ways past. There's so much more bad Star Wars than good Star Wars. And I will omit all of the animated stuff because I am not an adult animated or a child animated TV kind of person. Very few and far between are the pieces of animation that I enjoy. Invincible, I'll give you that. Great show. The Boys, the Diabolical series was a great anthology show. But that's kind of it. I can't think of anything else
What
animated
last thing you said?
Diabolical. The Boys Diabolical, I think is what it's called. Am I
We
wrong,
watched
John?
an episode or something like that.
Like the
Yeah.
Boys, the show?
Yeah, The
Yes.
Boys, the animated show. We watched an episode,
Oh.
the Rick and Morty guy. We watched it together, all three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And that's a good show. But I don't.
it?
You didn't
Anyhow,
like it?
I'm gonna finish up Obi-Wan. That's it. A couple webinars about some cars, some cars. Chevy reduced the price of the Bolt, the EUV Bolt as well. That's pretty much it. Let's wait till November. Who's getting a new car?
Not I, said James.
Maybe. You want it?
Get
Want
it,
it, Caleb?
John.
Let's do it.
I need a new car.
I know. I've said this. I mean,
But then
I don't know who's needed a new car first though. You or me?
You.
Yeah,
I mean,
yours
you
is
did
from
blow up your car though.
1947.
No, Kinzer ran it over.
Oh, it's
She ran
Kinzer.
us-
Okay, let's
she
blame
ran
somebody
us
who's not here
over
to
a
defend
stump.
themselves. Okay.
Kinzer, her sister.
Yeah.
Ran over a stump. She came from California. She borrowed my car.
California, they
took
don't
it-
have tree trunks in the
And then
road.
she ran over a stump and tore out the bottom.
In the
of my
road,
car.
right? The stump was in the road.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, that's a shame. I will jump into real quick, Kaylin, and I'm gonna let you think. So here's the
You
format.
gotta think,
right?
Kayla.
here's the format. We're going to talk about what's entertaining us. John did a speed run. John did a
Tried to, and
speed
then it
run,
went.
and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I have two things I want to talk about that have been entertaining me, right?
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
real quick, the first thing is Jurassic World. Is it Dominion? Is that
I'm
the
not
most
even gonna
recent
see
one?
it. Yeah,
Smart choice.
yeah. I'm not.
Okay. So
Eh.
let me give you a brief rundown real quick. All right. I'm going to go back just real fast. Jurassic Park, one of the greatest movies ever made. And you don't have to think it's one of your top 10 greatest movies. Not at all. But for what it is, it's a perfect movie, right? It's quick, it's fun, it's exciting. It says a little bit about something. And then there's some excitement, some terror, some good set pieces, and it moves at a clip. I watched it with my daughters. I have two kiddos. We've talked about that in the past, right? Young, 7 and 11. And they liked it. They liked it a lot. They were entertained. So then we jumped to Jurassic World. Um, exciting movie, moves at a clip. Not a great movie, kind of shallow story wise, just a fun theme park ride, right? Uh, Jurassic World 2, whatever the shitty movie is called, it sucks. It is awful. Um, I wouldn't. I don't. I will never watch it again. The only reason I rewatched it was to watch it with my kids, and I hated it just as much. Fell asleep. Thought it was a piece of trash. So then I took them to see Jurassic World. I think it's Dominion. Is that the name of it?
I think it is.
Yeah, Jurassic World Dominion. I must have missed the Jurassic movie because I watched Jurassic Park, the Lost World Jurassic Park,
Mhm.
maybe Jurassic Park 3.
There's a
Then
third
there's
one.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I must have
That's
missed
it.
that one. I missed that one. And then
It
the
sucks.
most recent one is Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah. Okay. So Dominion released last Friday, which would have been essentially what the
6th.
14th, the 11th,
John,
6th, 5th, 9th. So
John, I think you saw the second one.
Yeah, I know. I know the second one, but not Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
was it the
Yeah.
6th? Okay. So it released on June 6th of 2022. That's this year, obviously. So we went and saw it because I was getting them into the mix. All right. We saw it in 3D because I thought it would excite my 7-year-old, my 11-year-old. This movie, for all intents and purposes, I want to be very clear. The movie is terrible. It is a piece of dog shit on our scale from the 5 G's, Caleb, 5 G's.
Oh yeah.
Garbage, gauche, good, great, and grand. It's garbage. There's some fun to be had if you're in the right setting. If you're in a public theater, you have kids that are getting all amped up at the jump scares. They're moving and dodging to the 3D. There's some fun to be had. But as a general rule, I could not tell you what the premise of this film is.
There's
It's
dinosaurs.
the dinosaurs have been let out into the world, right? So now they're cohabitating with humans, and then some bad guy does something, and then the movie sucks. There's no exciting. There's one cool new exciting dinosaur. He's a herbivore. And he has these big old Wolverine claws. It's kind of cool. There's spoiler alert, mild spoilers. There's a deer, and he walks up. And he thinks he's gonna eat the deer, and he doesn't. And he just like yeets it off the screen into a tree, and then he starts eating a bush. So it's kind of fun in those
Is it
senses.
like a three-toed sloth? Does it have hair?
They feather the feather. He has feathers. He's a feathery
Oh,
dinosaur.
never
Yeah.
mind then.
So there's some cool scenes, but again, it's a garbage movie. It's completely skippable. But I will say, if you are in the right setting with the right circumstances, you could watch this movie. And it's moderately entertaining. As I watched it, I was like, this movie sucks, but I'm entertained by it. This movie sucks, but I'm in it. So again, if you see it and you love it, I get it. If you see it and you hate it, I agree with you. But it's moderately entertaining. The second one, garbage, not entertaining, bad. Jurassic World, probably good. I would even go as far to say it's a good movie because it moves at a clip and it's fun. But with that being said, that's Jurassic World or whatever it is, Jurassic World Dominion, right? See, I forgot the name even. The second thing I'm going to talk about real quick, and then I'll turn it over to Squats, is Mario Strikers Battle League. I'm a Mario fan. Um, I like some of the Mario games. This is a Mario soccer game, so John, that kind of should speak to you in some capacity. You're a soccer fan.
Not in the video game realm.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So this is kind of a mini game situation, and I might do a solo review of this and put it up. But Mario Strikers Battle League, it's a 4v4 Mario soccer game. The roster is small, 10 players. The options are limited, only online, solo quick match, cups, which include 3 games if you win, and then training. Those are the 4 options. Super shallow. Spent $60 on this for the Nintendo Switch. Um, and in all honesty, I'm loving it, but my love for it is going to be incredibly shallow, short-lived, and not go past maybe 5 more hours. The things it omits that it should include are statistics. It doesn't tell you the games you've won, lost. It doesn't, especially online, which drives me crazy, right? What's the point of even playing online if I can't see how I stack up? There's no leaderboards. There's no tracking of any capacity. You go on, you win, the game's over, you never think
Yeah,
about
but
it again.
it's made for little kids, so there's no competitive.
I don't know a little kid that's not competitive, John. How about you?
That's not competitive? All of them. They're all apathetic a-holes.
You don't think so you're saying they are competitive.
No, I'm saying they're not. They don't have the
I don't,
attention span to be competitive.
I
There's
don't
no
My
know.
like,
kids
I
are
gotta get
competitive.
him. The ones that are
All the
competitive just commit suicide. That's all.
Whoa. All the kids I know are competitive, and they
How many
like to
kids do you
see.
know?
Well, I
I
have
don't know.
2. I have 2. I have
They don't count. They're
5.
family. How many kids are you
I have
hanging out with these days, James?
hopefully way more than you,
Yeah,
John. How many kids you
probably.
hanging out with?
I don't know.
I've got time. I've got time. I've got nieces
I'm
and
Stack them
calling the
on
nephews.
top of each
FBI
other,
right
and
now.
you put a trench coat over them. It's an adult, so I never know. Because we're watching anime together.
What are you? You're just bringing them in and putting a trench coat on them and sitting them down and watching your shitty
You're
Netflix
not just
shows?
watching anime. You're watching that creepy buff kid anime.
Yeah, he's 17. He's buff.
Well, age of never mind. But with that
That's
being said,
scary.
Mario Strikers Battle League, like I said, I am gonna throw a good on it. I don't think it's not great by any stretch. I expect more. I want it to be more fleshed out. I want it to be the Mario games are falling into a world where they're mini games expounded on, which I want them to be fully fleshed out fun games. It is a game that I think if the 3 of us, kind of like Knockout City, if the 3 of us could get into it, we would have a good time with it. But the extra pieces are missing, and it makes it not even it's hard to recommend. Like I was talking to my brother-in-law today and I said it's a great game. It's just I can't recommend you spend $60 on it.
$60.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Nintendo
nowhere to
needs to make their
go.
money, I guess.
And good on them. I hope it pans
No,
out.
they can fuck off. So Kayla,
Yeah.
James keeps on talking about Mario and how Mario's the star of that whole genre and stuff like that. How does it make you feel knowing you
100%.
married the real life Luigi?
You know what I found out the other day?
He's not
I thought he
Italian.
was well, I thought he was a quarter. He's not.
He's like
He's an eighth.
17%.
Oh, he's less Italian
He's
than what
more
he.
Brit. He's more British than he is Italian.
Hmm.
Mm.
So he is the.
That's why he has bad looks.
He's like, I'm Italian, and then he was
He acts like an Italian. He's lazy, never
What's
on
that? What's
time.
that? What's that female politician's name that claimed to be Native American?
Claire McCaskill.
No, not that one.
No, that's Missouri's Big Booch.
Yeah. Didn't
That's
she
no,
have to get? She got
no.
tested.
It's
It was
Warren is Elizabeth Warren?
Elizabeth.
Oh, it was Elizabeth Warren. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Trump called her Sacagawea or whatever, and then she found out she actually has no tribal blood at all. So Tony's the Elizabeth Warren of Missouri, I guess. I don't know. No one gives a shit about Tony. So Kayla, what's been entertaining?
Luigi, see? Luigi. Nobody gives a
That's
shit
how I
about
don't even get.
Thor.
I don't even get Mario. I get Luigi.
Well, you did that to yourself.
Well,
Okay, what am I doing? I'm watching Peaky Blinders, final
I
season.
heard they were gonna come out with a movie after this, though.
Uh, I looked it up. One of the actors said he would be interested in doing it, but that's all that's been said.
Okay.
Killian Murphy.
Yeah.
He's interested in doing it. Okay, so give us your rundown. on
Hot
Peaky
take.
Blinders. I've seen the half of the first episode. It wasn't the speed that I was looking for, but I will admit, it's a mood show. You have to be in the mood. It's like a slow Sopranos, in my opinion.
That's just my genre. I like.
Period pieces.
No, I mean like I like people getting like shot in the face. So like
Okay.
the John Wick movies are like my favorite movies. So
Hold on.
um
Rank them real quick.
number two, duh.
Number one is number two.
Two, two, one, three.
Yeah, because that third one was shit.
Yeah. The
Okay.
second one had so much art in it. If you watch it and you actually pay attention to like the places they are and the art that's on like they're in a museum at some point. It's just like beautiful. As an
Fighty.
art history nerd, it's just so good.
Okay. I
Anyways,
accept. I accept.
but one of the main characters, like the actress who plays Polly, passed away
Ooh.
before this season was filmed. So they kind of start out with that funeral, and it was really just like
Was it
it was one of
COVID?
those. No, I think she had cancer. But it was just one of those reminders of like how well an ensemble cast can be, and then when one of them is gone, you're like, oh, there really is like this hole now in the show. So I'm glad it is the final season because you can definitely feel like she's missing. I haven't finished it yet. Watching that now.
So the series is good by your again.
Yeah.
You got the five again. Very limited information. Season's not over, right? You haven't finished it. 7 seasons. You've got garbage, gauche, good, great, and grand.
Yeah. What is it? Grand is the best?
The
Yeah.
series, you're giving it a
What?
grand. Okay.
It
Have you
falls in the
watched
same
it, John?
suit like Vikings with me. I've watched the first 3 seasons, and
So
it's just
good.
a lot of repetitive stuff. They always start off at the end of the season like something really bad, cliffhanger, in jail, or what have you. And they start off with everybody out of jail or out of the predicament at the beginning of the next season. And it's just the same
Well,
stuff going around.
you would enjoy it, John, because it gets to where the fascists are entering England and he's working with Churchill. Like he starts as like a street rat, you know, who has
No, I
psychological damage from the war, and then he over time becomes a politician, you know, a dirty politician. But he's working with Churchill and he's working against the Nazis in England, so it gets
This
really,
sounds
really good.
awesome.
and the communists
It sounds
Yeah,
amazing. I
and
need to
the
it
watch
is
it.
Jews.
amazing.
This is all Killian, whatever his name is, Killian
Yeah, and
Murphy's
he's such a
character.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, and so and there's like a
James, you
his
know him as
family.
Scarecrow.
Yeah,
Scare. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
but it's even it has a lot of levels to it, like layers, because he's a gypsy. Like his family is a gypsy heritage, and so he's working with the Nazis, but he's not. You know, we know what's going to happen to gypsies. You know, when the Nazis invade. So it's kind of interesting.
I'm gonna check it out. It's definitely been on my list. It's been on my to watch list on Netflix forever. How do you watch Boardwalk Empire?
No, but it's been on my list.
See, that's another one that's on my list. I'll admit I have a hard time. It's really strange. Okay, so my biggest problem with movies or excuse me, shows like that is the length of time you have to commit. 7 seasons at what 8 to 10 episodes a season.
I think it's on average like it's 7 episodes, which is
So
pretty short.
it's not too bad, not too bad. But
Yeah,
you give me a show like Road or a movie like Road to Redemption
Road to
and
Perdition.
Perdition. Thank you. Sorry, that movie's awesome, and it's the same tone, right? It's
Yeah,
the same speed. I love it. I love it. But that's a 2 hour movie, and it's also directed by Sam Mendes, which is one of my favorite directors. Um, but it makes me go, I'm interested in that. Then I watch half an episode. I'm like, I'm just not feeling it.
it's a good like get a beer, turn off all the lights, and just watch it by yourself, and just really like seep yourself into it.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. I know I know
Good.
I will like it when I watch it. We we uh we dabbled in a show called well, no, not dabbled. We finished Succession. If you guys haven't
Oh
watched that on
yeah.
HBO Max, that show is fantastic. I'm not ready to go into a deep dive with that. I've finished the most recent seasons, but it's something I almost want to wait and talk about a little later. And then another one called Severance on Apple Plus. If
I
you
do not.
guys haven't watched it, it's slow. It's not like I didn't even finish it. I was like, ugh.
Wait, who's in that? I think I've
Oh my God. What is that guy's name? He's from Parks and Recreation.
Oh yeah.
Chris
Adam Scott.
Pratt.
Not Chris Pratt. Adam.
He's in
He's got a new
Jurassic
show on.
World
He's got a new show on.
on
Adam
Amazon coming
Scott,
out.
That's what I said.
directed by Ben Stiller.
I knew that. I saw that when it popped up.
Weird.
Very slow show. I don't know that I'd recommend it, but I haven't finished it either, so I can't necessarily say it. I won't score it because that's where I fall. I haven't watched it. Bored me out. Bored me out. Only other thing I think I could throw out there, Kayla, have you watched The Boys season 3 yet?
No. Well, wait. What's the new season with Jensen Ackles? Is that 3 or 4?
3.
No, but it's next. It's after Peaky. After Peaky Blinders.
Well, we'll save that and we will
Save
talk
it.
about it on the next episode.
Yeah, and new episodes every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Oh, you're talking about Boys.
Yeah.
I think it comes out Friday, doesn't it? You
Oh, it is
liar.
Friday. My bad.
Yeah, you're wrong. I thought you were talking about our show. I was like, don't commit, John. Don't commit. We don't know.
Oh no, oh no.
What else do you have to say, John? What else has been entertaining you, Mister? I'm getting tired.
I mean, I don't know. I got to put my bike back together. We went from raining every freaking day to now it's hella hot. So I'm just like, outside isn't for me. I got new neighbors.
I have a bunch of new neighbors. Go ahead, Squat. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was just making fun of John.
I've been
Yeah,
running
well,
at 10.2 miles per hour on the last mile of my 3-mile workout rendition. So
which is impressive. There's nothing to
getting back up at it, you know.
definitely nothing to shake a stick at there.
You
I
could shake a
have
stick
new
at it.
neighbors. New
Oh,
neighbors
you do?
as well.
Yeah,
in
you
my
said
life. Yeah,
that you sold the house yourself. You said
I did. I went in there and I said, "Hey, you guys want to buy this?" They said, "Why not?" I didn't work there. I didn't do that. That didn't happen. They did buy.
you didn't do the Step Brothers either. Sprechen Sie Dick, Derek?
Tony wanted that house.
Adam Scott, right there. You should have moved in, Kayla. We're living up here.
Tony keeps saying, well, let's move to Green Bay. So
There's a lot of city,
I don't think
and
he
we'd
could
be happy to
handle.
have you guys.
I don't think he could handle the winter.
I'd come shovel
I
for you.
can't handle summer.
It was
See my
90
skin?
degrees here. It was 90 degrees here today, and then this was Missouri weather. It was 90 degrees, and then I even had to text you guys, "Hey, I'm running 30 minutes behind because there are tornado sirens going off." That never happens here. That's the first time in 7 years that we've lived here.
There was one outside of Chicago yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
And
coming for us. You guys are sending us your bad luck.
You can have.
You can have it.
Hey.
Yeah, Kayla. If the heat doesn't get to you, you should just get a AC unit that provides the coolness.
You don't
Yeah,
have an
I'm just
AC
gonna-
unit in your house?
She does. She just lives with a very cheap Italian who will literally just like
Hold on.
take off
A
his
very
shirt and be
cheap
greasy as a
1/16 Italian.
yeah.
Yeah, and John, I'm taking over those bills, so I can do whatever I want now.
She got that money. She got that
Crank it.
job. She got that money.
I hear a lot of talk. Let's see some action, because that unit outside your house is older than your house.
Oh, so now I have to buy stuff. I can't
It's-
just turn
it's-
up the air.
It's better than the unit that 1/16 Italian is carrying inside the house. And with that being said, this has been Nobody Entertainment Podcast. I believe actually episode 30 of the Nobody Entertainment Podcast.
Who's counting? Who's
I
counting?
am. I'm looking at those views. So I want to thank nobody Kayla, nobody John, and again, this is Nobody James coming at you for episode 30 of the Nobody Entertainment Podcast. We appreciate you. We love you, and we will talk to you again probably next week. We'll see what happens. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.